like life experience thì lối nu cho say ama asu pi pa cho mobile thì athi long the này thì ama mobile cái chi min ruma ko ni nong ko to ko ide ama ji mobile cái chi zengin ahi la chen mobile cái chen cho iti ham mental well being effect na hin iti ham dependence hi nei khara ai nu de mobile la pi ko dong la ma ja anom to ko hi cho mobile cái chi sun le zana abun ne tui don ai mu ho ke su da lo mi mi zan kha i mu khat lo zong la ita sa next year cái hial zeng a hin ama hin son aja ama hin alung yel aslo asu chat bai dan ji bai gi chat na chu ama jo apa tin ho zong ko ma buni inga hi lo le i ti ding ham ama jo mobile la ham hi lo le ho ko zong le ho thei yong hi to ko ma jo apa mo ja ko ma ji apa chen het go za apa ji chemi hang dal ki din kita bang chana je ki pha thei hin mobile addiction hi han lang the mobile game ho hi han lang ki lo hi there's all serious a ball ding cha min chos hi ehon zong ketika ya tio hi control ni the pe ai ehon zong milin ho zong hi tu lai hi casing zong ka face in jo i mobile agin lo zong agin ki hi se na ki hol le na mobile khat ki hai long le na hi chi eho ilungel hi het lo ka ba mobile dependence ne hi hi jo iti ti ding ham ilungela mobile bin ki za i mobile le ko ma lo chong hi itan hama ilunggel ni mobile hin ana control na hiji he e ho zong ale ho hen lang ale ho ni bol ting na ho zong azui sau hi zeng e ho zong ha ki bol ri ting to like technology age hin azicha iman luwa le e ho sit na zong e series ya ni ho cha ke topic main topic career guidance ka lut masanga jo ka hin se hin to ai ke to ai kasim hi higher secondary to science agar same hin ke kinyo cha ke se ale higher secondary science matrix ba che kalung ya long che le ha cha ki sima hi zeng thil na cha ki boy pi be se ko ni langa cha hoin kai han lang khosunga cha thil dang dang ani ki sala len chen hi manga chen thil gel long to manga career guidance mangi ko mi cha ne be ko inu te chen medical to engineering bo ne kapajin kaneo lai bachin uchan ku kahi bin alin ke no hi medical aneo no yung medical a third pa engineer medical to engineering ko jai le gon pe ama ho jo katai ko na hi boy hi azai chu na to na mu hi ha se na to ai asam unemployment regulators 17.2% mong hi impact het ke lawa hai na chi hola ting la kapate ho chen ha sta loan alala wa hi lo le khasim chuna khat every man ai le thodi zia jam ho ding cha medical engineering ho he sumpe lo ba ai lo wa he just academic na report merit list ho to banga he amu thading ai legal je wa cha medical lang he na bol in higher secondary je wa cha medical higher secondary science ko zo ajo medical lang ajo entrance ka na pe pai to lugela cha maturity to bang ho zong he aha point che pe ajo तो आई सो पियो ngai no kipyan cha ama je higher secondary to arts sai na 12 ama cha acha sai da je ke ka ki gela la higher secondary science ka zo acha kanu de hai entrance exam high science ka result outside chai che entrance ka ne piwa but hin lu se sala ka ne lo hin si acha kanu tho je mai cha me same piyo wit cha acha ko ute khat hin ke ho isung be cha ma cha chom khat thu sein na ong ho hi ne cha cha de le khasim na ho thu na ka share ding ati cái chuyện maturity level cho lo dan cho saving zong cho cái head lo dan cho ipi cái say ham zong cái head point cái say dan cho cái head lo dan hin tin cái speech cái chạy cho cái neo hiện hôm point này thì say cho tin anh nuôi zeng thì tao bảo cho maturity level cái này lo hin thì giờ cho ai mang bên hin lucid là cái dong mong bongin ima cha thil lungia la career ta banga medical long cha kana gel lo ni page but hindu se sala MBBS entrance exam acha control hin ja central medical college apo MBBS cha kana chahiye che jawa cha MD degree hi Dibrugarh Assam medical college apo na bola che jawa cha GHC apo residentship ka bola to Difu medical college ahi ke hin posting hai ahi ja cha career langa hi medical le le ai sima hi le chen nurse ho jing song ko to ale medical langa na tong ho medical related bo na to ai medical thule le general IQ ho hi aki low ji tan hi ja mi dang to say zo he ki ngai nong ji tan thu het le ding ke keho tu ahe difu le medical college ahe ward boy ho mi khat ko MSc physics achai madam PhD ko bol lai hi ATP ward boy ngin ama cho patient ho hong ting le patient hit medicine ward in ka khat inga ti dingo ka ki phalam thei si PhD degree bol physics MSc in chaya PhD degree bol khat pa ku ya le mon Calvary school la maths ka hil ning kum group ka hil te ma ko ward boy khat pa ku ya le BSc anthropology ka zovin to ai achu mong MSc yong ka bol pe di to ward boy ta ka ke ba na ti ta bang ta ni ha ke bol le ai ho zong ka gen the ham e do wale resource atomin who had na nei boy ki ho chu tu lai ai excuse am ni the pon to zo se e ho SG tu ai la asama SG ho de ai tu chna he kota hoi na lai to higher secondary ke ho la jo common entrance exam ka ne yin higher secondary science is also in maths physics chemistry biology maths ko ibol ajin engineering to biology ani ani ale medical to engineering entrance ani in ke yong chen ka ipi ka bol ding ham future aj about without or rather ati ho to bang ka nei ipi ka bol ding ham ke hat lo the chen maths biology ani in ka dalo ko bin ani entrance exam chi kan pe he tu awang chi cho hit pon need national eligibility entrance test in tan to ISO ho to one India one test one nation one test ho to exam tam pi he common board editai to higher secondary science do ho hin to need biology nei ho hin need api ba he legend MBBS BDS in Ayush related na Ayurvedic homeopathic pi ho he need common entrance exam akona he hin eligibility criteria ho yong ki hachi bin abon cha website out mean 17 years ham cha jo hi in ST age ST hills hodinga helang plains tinga he relaxation or mean age relaxation ahi bang upper age limit hi umta pon apply ni kum som ni na ho nang need abe the dan entrance exam medical cha bon cha ni da nga chu kum third attempt chan bo pe the ni negative in thum be bo pe the ahi lo wala kum som ni la khat ham cha chan bo chen medical entrance su pe the ni ahi bang to BSc ni zo ho nang medical ka sim no me ya entrance exam ni la ka pe clear le over upper age limit on the point. So say medical sim no chen like upper age limit he on the point. Things like medical doctor lang chu hi dai thing the BDS bachelor of dental surgery ko na chi hu yong kun need exam ako na hi in kego CEE hi dai chu mitam pi in ase tu lai need him all India hi tan aha che tai de aha che pon need che need to entrance examine naging declare le Assam kota cha chu ni kidin Assam hin kota nei need edi sia ni danga jabaya tua ha ti ho je pon need ni exam common entrance exam ni clear le Assam ranking cha chu ma ki in fact advantage o min ni cha he nangin the ball khat ale need a na result cho ya le ST all India dinga min hills to plains se khat in count of ball win hills acho plains acho ma hi point science are interested holding acho to I ST la achun the marks to ya he legend all India outside Assam like institute for the same thing in entrance exam marks to ya he to ahi jo within Assam sim no me ki I legend Assam ranking pa ko chuma la to ki ba Assam ST hills ka chuna nga sang dia nang chu within qualified merit list sa chu ma le Assam sunga the same thing choice ni umzitan ni danga all India pre medical test all India PMT AI PMT ki tipaju to ahi cho ho chang to even AIMS JIPMAR chong kun achowin exam nei to powin need undergraduate exam dinga hin ke hon MD degree kisim na dinga ke ho to first time need PG ni kana bolwe jo ke ho best first ke hi dio ke PG bol je undergraduate bang kun nai cha abo kona bo ke pa nai 2019 la ke inta ka se khilwa hila ahi chu medical BDS henlang Ayurvedic henlang amo sinom lang ding ato chu hitan medical related adam BSc nursing hi ki legend entrance exam honta private colleges samtam ki private college ho man tangin even Guwahati ako downtown university in achuk exam ke ogin BSc nursing amo ho ayong ko hiche Assam government no ya ng Srimanta Sankar University of Health Science SSUHS amo ho hin kontak ka bol sibin BSc nursing le D-Pharm ni khat kontak ko hiche zo ki higher secondary physics chemistry biology jo ho thumi nei ngai different ho example tunai cha chen aki hongin ke ko ye ho la mi sare ne apply bol di ham which BSc nursing ki entrance exam ki issue merit list sai mai le asam medical colleges of hatten pe na heti posting in BSc nursing ding achu ai insung chu aboi lowa hi lowa le entrance exam ti through zo ta lo long le je private institute ho ai BSc nursing agun 10 ho ding ai sim te hi tu masanga chu mitam pi WhatsApp achu imu di baham siloni sanjen bam ham ki group ho ai ki share so my career counselor ni ki wang chu career iti ham to ai professional ki me hitan hichi amanu to say angai mong singing to ai hang khate ho like class 10 class 12 pass ho zong hingangai che leo gati YouTube are available ni tangkul ho ham kun ako na ba he ma hin teacher speech in English in say bon cha ba he giving kata asanin ima clueless wa future dinga iba cha hello wala career counselor type of mean amo career counselor guidance ho yung lati ama hin say dan ni tampi hiche ama career counseling ako na he ni help me tiful ahin ang phone ka information ka la career counselor tidabang ho he bahati ako umning kata asanin ahi YouTube kangai slowly sanjemang kiti career counselor nu say jo ikhang thao hin khatte de anangai te lo jena khan to video kata asani age career ichen ham aki chai ta ke ho he ahi ba ma chen kangai lom te ni amal say jo interest talents khang kha tampi interest tam ta ni ahi talent tam ta ni ahi ba ma interest tam ta ni ahi ba ma talent ni mong lo hon feel khat azui de ne itbang ta boy ding ham nursing ho example le mi khat ki so sin abon mana mai on nurse at job aki mo hi ti mana nurse aga bol le itbang ta hi ho je aboy ding ham na mi serve no nurse ki ho medical ai doctor hena ki ho service new pen ki di ni nen ko yu bi nurse and ang war boy medical ang zo sin ane na ko na nen chen gel ha lo thi long ko khoi si de ke ho he hi chu chitabang feel on the dinga he ibol nom lo khat to a government hospital ho hi chi nurse tam pi mi ho phalo them mo zo ko mi bi mo na to na mu na dinga he a feel ni ke hen no hi mai the a hi ke ho feel hi mi alungel ta compassionate feeling ne hilowale mi ngai lu ne do hi nurse de dinga cha ane na ko na ne ki ko hi mi zul e ki the zing ba good nasen to holding a what boy what girl zing on the nurse no ichen ham bol ke ho zing zong ke subject de pathology zo si ka be zing zi be ka subject ba zong he tidinga hi chi feel ho to banga medical feel alu to dinga nurse ho zing zong he mi alungela na to na ding sing na bol ho chen sumu na ding ham chi dinga chna to ten patient ho to amai ham ki pa de lo di hin at nok na to lo chu ama ki pa lo wala patient ho direct effect ki in mi ho se la patient pa chi bang ta lungyal khading ham ti tabang ho chen ki si ahi sia che career nursing fi la he na to na mu bai hi lo wala ti ho ti mana che mo la ko hin lungyal lungyal hi tin hi chi kana to nai ke lungyal ko pi hi mong ding ham ti tabang ai bol ding chile adult medical related allied service system allied fitting medical related tam pi job opportunities to I ho in medical evolve I think lo aki chai ta ni saving higher secondary science bol lo ding career atama tam hin radio technician radiology technician to x-ray technician and ultrasound ho CT scanner technician or radiology technician kitin choyang ko higher secondary science so zo ding lo professional line na chin ho chen ho he in a ball here again. Higher secondary iti legend professional to general pahichi sitan BSc lang them ho achi legend general he professional course iti nursing hin lang medical hin lang engineering hin lang ding le adang ta pi skill development ho tama hin hospital level to ding ho radiology laboratory technician earning no hoy sanga diko medical college laboratory technician recruitment chini tam ki 40 ba ei ba ei bo win party ho song he so we ei ho song thildang quality lo ba hi lo wale laboratory idea hi lo wale ke song nei do the hi hi cho ai choy professional course in choy job guarantee hin government na service na mulo laboratories ke housing again even before ayong 4-5 laboratories dan haflong zing ho ayong ko umin Guwahati ako every 1 kilometer within 1 kilometer radius ang laboratory ni kung cheng cheng amin amo yung technician ngai chu zing akipat na salary ni from zong le as years pass na experience ko mai ito tinga job guarantee din chwa laboratory technician radiology technician hi chwa itam pi imacha interest nei lo ba professional course na sumkalo ba no me instant support no me dilo le tildang bonding zong hedi ko chwa professional course chwa kumni kumthum training is in nurse ai kumti in BSc nursing ako adang GNM ni kumni ham kumthum ham chukala head ka lo ni D farm ni kumni in the diploma pharmacy ko radiology technician hoy with 2-3 years is che hi chholo ma hi interest in wala chun ti ho skilled ti the banga job kadai wa no me ti professional course ai che di wa hi la chun chilang ho he information lazing ho hi te to eho Assam government no ya job opening entrance exam zo se Assam SSH USHS akana sang Srimanta Shankara University of Health Science chi website ako entrance exam notification zo se ting result zo se everything related to medical chi website ako information ila kay na midang do lele no newspaper Assam Tribune abo hinong so dozin chi ho he mizo sin Assam Tribune jo SS nei lo mai the hi tu pe ai kagya kabek kilo ba hala BSc nursing ho aja August la hai ki hom si hai July August la hai SSU HS Srimanta Shankara University of Health Science ho jo good ho chen hi che yu ta asane ting chile 12 zoba hi NBA National Defense Academy ho ayang ko nitam pi gothang chapang helang nunga to recent years 2021 hama jo Supreme Court order aja numei housing zong hi defense jo ako ichi the amo ho I think a posting ko lieutenant hama ko na ki panende je amo ko very aggressive mga amo ho medical checkup ko ST age limit ang ko amo ho ako very specific 16 to 19 years in female ho ding 16 to 19 and half years ta in female ho relaxation ja to the ST ding la OBC category ding reserve categories ho ding ang age relaxation ko niya cha mo za ahi chen ai mga result out ko ko merit list ko gin ST in ko ta ikinay ko gin and siya ako ai ho lang asong Assam ayo mi ka hepoy to NDA hin mas achia ai ho to gutang chapang class 10 pass hilole 11 ball lai ho 12 het chaya entrance result ki pon do cho pting ko le phat no zi hi chi ho interest ni ala NDA to bang ho hi class na ko na ilungal mental physical fitness mo physical fitness ko na samang mong in medical examination physical mo criteria atam ko ni hi NDA interest ho chi class 11 ako na ko mo criteria ko bolutin physical fitness jo ho hi upon chan ile ka symptom jo ho hi ko hi ke het kilo wallet science yan ng arts yang EP yung le ball pay in HS jo naval navy hilo le air force nga ho ichi no malawang jo maths ho ini dai ngai in fact like Indian army ho to bang ho arts background ho yang ho ache the amo pun need ho to bang hin 40% cut off mark kilo le BSc nursing ho in entrance fee le dinga yang ho higher secondary pass le zing pun cut off marks nei zir and dio ho bang hin anei po gin entrance exam hoi ta na pass the physical medical fitness ho he around ho in the pass it wa legend chi ako recruit ball si again higher secondary zo class 10 i pass zo wa ko ting le higher secondary 10 pass ta pi umi in out de ho ikigyan thao nga in kaso pinu mi neo pen no ko history English jo ho hi interest ne ai chu family ako pon cha science kala phat ro jan ma on science le ama lunghang sin tu akon the kya thelin to ai na course on sim normal sim the phat ai le boy ti class 10 the past thing now in out de how the girl phat dio ibilanga ka chi ding ham options tam pi umin arts science commerce humanities subject ko tam pi umin hoi langa ipi interest name chi ho ipi tabang pi bidoy na ne ham chỉ tập băng họ chỉ là cái tổ chức điều cũng khát cái ute khát amount cho Dr.Linda aku haflong aku senior lang kita makin mahura pun freshers day celebrate ball with kaga attend again ahile Miss Freshers na zaga adami boy nang ipinili no mam na le doctor again ipinabol ham tira HS arts ka quality tilong mo ego tulay ham ta kito tapon kataasan po tilong ma awareness na ifong tingong kataasan po to ego la ang kikom ho je hisong le nidang laya tu hangong kikeltan hilzo si resources ingay chat ba hil head nung nanewa ibon chat newspaper lang mobile lang WhatsApp ko ahin circulate kita singin form ho hong do entrance exam skill development za chung hong do singin ma interest in zaya he ipi de ham chu mobile ho he just social media thil ho athanok na ham ahilo thandang dang ho thanok na ahin ilugyan ni mo people with it ma ibidoy ipi ham kitu chawa chito related ayo chi mobile ho technology ni iman chawa ipi ngay chat resources chi kasim na dinga he ipi ka bol la thading ham ipi criteria kane ngai ham eligibility criteria ho he itu ako na he kivet choosing wa le igi thopi dingi ge ong ta sane to ahi mobile ho song he ivet bet ayo ni ibi tong he dry eye them lo le vision ho affects the suppose to SI ho zenga zong ko chi dinga he le chen so bi ka cousin ho tu masang da SI ayo cha ka hing Tuboi ti amit cha i khatin amit ho hi abang le khasin si ayong le khai ha sin mala distance ho hi quite trauma it has similar stress in it le something related as on the most common cause to screen time mobile laptop it stress it have all energy it vision me affect in I say aja physical fitness of it to people monitor hasin na dinga aja adam lo zeng ham hilo le jo hojen exam ho pe dan no le hasin dan zo aki boys si hi se aja imon zo taki bol ta cho he event ba eligibility criteria hella even to ba kuna chozo se he event to chetwa ema ipi aptitude nang ipi the ball the ho chu ipi ani interest ham chu ho chu tu ako na HS higher secondary metric ako na hiligel to chetwa nihin bol yu tu last nga ki anom chu tu asam government sing azam ki ho medical interview ko ki ba chun written exam ke ni hobe ka metric marks ba ko na je count pe be chu hi ala chu ki ho le ham kati ala APSC ho yang chu hi kitan kanao industrial something development ham exam ka pe cha jong to count da asam government no ya ke lo ba the metric result ko na he be abi ki ho chen pe ba 60% ka marks so abi 10% metric marks ako nila do 10% higher secondary 15% ka MBBS 15% MD degree tingna 10% ho experience and lang tandang skills ka kila ho jo 10% je 40% ho jo interview time inaw de to ako na metric result hoy lewa HS results so hoy na academic background le ana chain na na assistant professor hoy ang pon chat candidate atama hila chen academic background hoy lewa la chen nang chu interview na che song la interview ko marks more or less same half is you ahi academic background ni hoy lewa metric results hoy lewa higher secondary BA MA result hoy lewa academic marks so interview na pe masang ako na sa from ditan to metric marks imu from zong la ha ki bol in higher secondary in makeup bol ki aje ji teni ai 10% ho ye BA to MA wa he percentage hoy ta he bon chawa BSc BA hela professional course ake ho aja hitan hi bang general line aje academic chading ho assistant professor course chading ho bon chawe marks hi so hoy ye percentage he in yewa konwa metric level la ko na he percentage iti baira ta he hoy nga din academic background academic line na hi nga hi le chen to niu cha la sa ka se den ke class 10 ke hi achen any ni sigi hi ka class 1 se ne mes convent na haflong ako chi school hi ni any yong tamzo cha hi na ki kai se ne sustainable ani tamzo ki kai ani adang ko ako from cha ni omin atamzo hi ni ki kai ke ho ke kaloi ho jo ni sigi ham ke ni ge kaloi ni thum ham jo maths science jo ha sat sa ji le pi le amo ho jo ke yong chen class a ke jo ka ge ngai de se pun social science and long history and long choi sim di ja ni ki sim maths science jo grasping to kanani si in kang sla he the na ham teacher amo ho jata ki share si amo ho jin mark scoring to apa si ke sang social studies and lang history and english na amo ho jata ke sang score ho ye maths si ting chile maths marks na hung su down de ya che e ho che ki ko bolo ham class na che kaloi ho ya che na hung si din ke chen maths science skills de ke ya che problem ma le mo ho than kani ki ve to in to a he higher secondary ko bolo jing atam so ko to hin ka chi ki ko bin cha arts mi thum mi li lang chen la win science in mi thum ka che win to a ko bon cha ba chu hin lung sit na ka dong bong mo win ko loi ke ho mi sigi la chu mi li to a assistant professor different parts of asan in mo win to a hafno nga bank manager looting boy chon loyong ka ama ko BA a chen mo hin tan to ko manager din ama to ke to ko loi nu ka to high school teacher ke ho to teacher art science in ga lu win inaute ka ti khonom na chu iloi goal ho zong hina thil dang dang manlo lo thu ai ki howa thil thanok na mi lam ham instagram a reel sam bet a thanok a ham mi lo le photo ho he chi thang si po gi din tu de dinga to a group study discussion bod min la to a metric ham I khat ting la maths exam ham sam ko ting la group discussion kan nei si nang ho nang group discussion nei group discussion ting la iti de ham nangin mi het pa chen loi nu ni hila nangin hebe che na din ase chu mi hil na dinga che het na he nangin zong nang ma 40 umthi nang ma ne thek na che choge the na loi nu chu sab te ka chen hila iki hil to ale to ai higher secondary fu college government college asim ding ong no mai the we science and lang arts he nang le high 11 12 bang ki athu pi mo mong sing in ko ai thil dang won zo si dinga he pha do min le khasim na to na dingwa hin pha एक तक के गवर्नमेंट आयो है जिस जी ही ले he 12 ha he lo le medical ham isim no mai ham 12 no ta zatanga he lo le iti ding ham thanok da chong chama ilungial in a pe kha la ki chai sing le kasim na pha he chomin kapan ini sei pe sing thil dang bon na ding thil thanok da ding ho azoting la phat la do the a hi je in le kasim na ding ba hi chi higher secondary de athupi ma se higher secondary apuna hi career achom choma chi he eiman le ki same the le ki su se the ai da chu a he a de chela degree lang higher secondary hi na the bon chagi amy student lang kol ho karbi student ho lang kol ho loi ho the friend circle of a group discussion group study hi bon la le a ki thopi mo jo medical about group study mo ko bol third year fourth year ka subject ko zo za easy ko topic ki ho me de ken a hil pa ken ki het pa ko loi nu ki ni ko loi nu het pa ki a hil ni ta je kani ki hil to ba chan chan ni kana phao to MD sing a zong jo last postgraduate ko bol pe ang jo ko loi nu ni khat ni ke zingka tho ham lo zingka tho ko da the zan imut zan zana le kasim photo ka da the ko ai ma ka course jo ba zan zan imut ba a zingka tho it just he the point ama zan lang tin le ke che ai hil ken zingka lang tin la ma ta je ki hil to we ama yang chen diploma in marketing technology ba ke chen MD kani khana chen ka college ba je ke chen ka top girl khane ni ki hil to ala chen aki thim te ki hebete ke ni hila ko ka cha thim mo ngai boi ai hoi abang hoi society hanlam mundang nang hone abang ki thang sit to da ten te mo the ai ji le khasip pe ai ji group discussion group study ho ai loi de marks ne cha san ja chi thang se po ke I bon cha ba ki hil to wa a thim lo pa cha la thim pa ji la ti hil to ti la a thim lo ho hil cha thim mo chu bon a thim be te ma hil si a cha tam hebe che to pik niao cha history ho ya ko data is sinong la chen a story in ki say ki to lang ki sim ki hil to la chen na khan to bu ka sane chu ko thi eng ta ting ge phat man tunya career guidance singa stipulated time ki ne ke ai chu khang dong isu pit le naute ho to 10 pass 12 pass ho medical field related hen lang ai do la idea dang dang ni nu kaloi ho different fields in national NDA ho ang kaloi ho min sile tabang bang engineering fields hen lang so lang degree a general line to administrative officer tam ki ho ba chang chana umu ben ke ho kai ki a class a ba chang cha idea ni no mo ba la mo ho cha phone number ro ka pe the to a ki tum ho bi ama sanga ki tung hoya lang ni tang ki job to a holder hoya ke ho jing ka busy ki kyang la student ho ding a ko cha ka busy po be WhatsApp message ham nei thad wel lang ki ka bol ding ham hi lo le iti align ho ka mat ding ham jo jo koi ik bang ho ka sim ding ham jo jo hela je so so si ki guide the hi yong la i chen chen ham je ka guide hi jing de hi ja je khang dong wang za je po tin le ka sim na ding i hin ko sim na ding i career se de hi po ko le i bo cha ki disturb to hi tin i hil to hi tin je la sa ki din tin ni bye
Chief guest who Samuel Ida Hanutan lục xe in bón gạo những tin ama Hanan có phải lấy gạo đây không? I request all of you to sit down. Thank you so much, Dr.Linda. Dr.Linda, I can personally kanyawa ko na kaya heo tia kan bo ji he ama he doctor la azam kamai samoi
Wal masapenin kabang pagpapalo pili sa pathil kangban hanglang pathil lo pili ni fungai lo ton sot ho pili la sam
Thank you, Lalpong Haulai, for a wonderful song. May God bless you in the future too. Now we would like to call upon Miss.Kimsy Tuboi, our resource person, to give us a short speech.
Okay, I hope you are not yet bored. First of all, good afternoon, all of you. Our chief guest has left because he has some important work. However, I am glad that we are still here. And congratulations again to all the students who have passed, those 153 students. And it's really an eye-opener for the people of Karbi Anglong. It's happening first time that we are holding a seminar, a career guidance here in this place. It's all, we can do more and more because the way we are expanding, it's really good. I can see a lot of potential people out here, all the students, you are the future. So we will see how much we can do it in my short discussion or short, what kind of knowledge sharing or my experience that I can share. So again, I would like to give my salutation to all the dignitaries, the reverends, the pastors, and all the VIPs, the ones who are here, and our chief, guest of honor. Again, he has to also leave for some other reason. However, we will continue. Just bear with me for a few minutes or a few moments. I will not take it long. See, everybody, all of you, I believe you have a dream. Just like I had a dream when I was class 10 and class 12, that I was a bright student and my father really wanted me to become IAS officer. I'm sure you guys, your parents are also having something in mind that when you grow up, you have to become a doctor, you have to become an engineer, you have to become IAS, IPS, like that. So as a kid, my father used to tell us, me, my two sisters, and my two brothers who are no more with us. So he used to give us a kind of goal that we have to focus on. So he told me that I have to become an IAS officer, so he will buy me junior science refresher and any kind of competitive exams and those kind of solved papers, he will give it to me. And I will be like doing it and studying it, but somehow it was not my forte. I was doing it because I respected my father and I don't want to disappoint him. That's why I was doing it. But as and when the years went by, I discovered more and more about my personality, about my potential. What was I made for? So that's when I went for this Jetways interview. A little background about myself. I know you already know my name, so I don't have to introduce again. So I had applied for Jetways, and then after that I went and gave interview and I got selected. Now, during that time, we had to give deposit money to Jetways because it was a security deposit, which you will get after 3 years. After 3 years of service with them, you will get back that money. But since I come from a very, very middle class, not even a middle class, like lower middle class. So that time it was a big amount to arrange 50,000. So then I told the HRs of the Airways that I need some time to go home and arrange for money. So then I came home. I was in Mumbai at that time, and then I came home. When I came home, then I told my father, "Father, I got a job in Jet Airways, and but we have to arrange for 50,000, the security deposit." So then me and my father, we started finding ways to get it. Some people borrowed, made us borrow. Some people kind of help us with 5,000, 10,000, like that somehow. And that time, now the EM, Singh Tiso, he was my godfather. He had given a huge amount of money to my father. So that's how I was able to join Jet Airways. Otherwise, I wouldn't be even able to start my career as in an aviation industry. Okay, so, and then he gave me 50,000, arranged 50,000, and also additionally he gave my father another 5,000 for me to be able to sustain in Mumbai till I get my accommodation and all. Excuse me. So, and when I arrived Mumbai, for me, for a small town girl, I won't say even a small, it's like a small village girl, because Manja is not like a town. So from a small village girl, I went to Mumbai. And Mumbai was so huge. And there I had only 5,000, imagine. Now, Jet Airways gave us accommodation for only 1 week in a hotel, in a 5-star Lee Meridian hotel they gave us. But that was only for 1 week. So I have to find a way to keep myself in Mumbai. So then, luckily, I had my friend Eva Khan. She is from Central India, Rajasthan. So then she come from a good background. For her, she had some money. So then she said, I will help you borrow my whatever my parents gave me, and we can stay. Even give a rent. In that time, the rent in Mumbai was around 20,000. So we, for like 5 people, we stayed there, or 4 people, we stayed there like that. So we have to make the fees as possible, because the airways did not give accommodation. So we have to arrange for ourselves. And for me, I didn't have money, so I had to borrow from my friend. So I'm still thankful to her till today. I don't know where she is. Maybe she is in whatever world, in whatever life she's in, because I cannot find her anymore in Facebook or any kind of social media. And then, yes, that's how it happened. And after that, staying in Mumbai, and I started earning, after the first salary, it was around 8,000 stipend, we get it from Jet Airways. So when I got the first salary, that's how I was able to keep myself, sustain myself. So 5,000 I will give it for the rent, and like around 3,000 I have it for my pocket money or expenses. Then that was during the training. Then once we finished the training, then it started with like around 25,000. So the salary was around 25 to 30,000 that time. Now people are getting more. Yes, it was during like 10, 15 years ago. So then that's how I started my career. Why I'm saying how I started my career is because I started with a zero money. Why I'm sharing this, because among us, whoever is sitting here, the students, we all are coming from that, like me, or more or less the same background. Okay, we have the talent, we have the interest, we have everything. We are physically fit, we are mentally fit. However, one thing that stops us is the money. Maybe we want to make a good career. Maybe you wanted to become a doctorate in whatever field. You maybe a doctor or engineer, because it costs a lot of money. So that's why after flying with Qatar Jet Airways, I went to Qatar Airways, because I want more exposure and more money, isn't it? Who doesn't want money here? At the end of the day, we all are working to keep ourselves alive, to give 2-3 times meal, like breakfast, lunch, dinner. You wanted to give it to yourself and to your family. That's the reason why I had switched from Jet Airways to Qatar Airways. And when I joined there, everything took a U-turn. And that's how I started saving, and I started making all this, whatever I have or whatever I could, was all because I started going to abroad. Now, if you are an average student, or you may be a bright student like me, but if you don't have a proper financial background, you might end up into any maybe you might become just a driver, or just a rickshaw puller, or maybe some kind of drugs abuses. You might end up here. Instead of that, after coming back from Qatar Airways, when I see that the employment rate in India, especially Northeast, is very, very less. However, there are so many qualified and so many physically fit people out here. That's how we formed this institution in Guwahati called Rahi. Its full form is Red Wings Air Hostess and Aviation Hospitality Industry or Institute. Now, what we do there is students who are not so bright, let's say who are just average, who are just like who gets only pass mark, class 10 also pass mark, class 12 also hardly pass, you pass in compartment, you pass in open school, everybody is welcome, because I know some of you are very bright, some of you are not so bright, right? Everybody is not the same. That's why we catered all of these under one umbrella, so that we can give employment to every youth of the Northeast, especially Assam and especially our community here. I mean Karbi Anglong or Dima Hasao, or especially us. That's the reason why anybody who wants to get a job early, who doesn't want to study further, or who cannot study further, you can come, we can give you the training. In 11 months, maximum, you will get a job where we can place you in India as well as abroad. Our placement is not just confined to India. In Indian Airlines, in Indian 5-star hotels, retail industry, and also we can place you abroad. We have placed our students in Dubai, we have placed our other, and we have placed our students in San Francisco and all that. So it takes just a few of your decision. Now, see, you might say, "Look, I don't have money for that," or "I don't have money to do the course." Now, let me ask you an honest question. How many of you are taking talaq here? How many of you are taking shikhar? How many of you are taking tobacco? Or how many of you are having the money to buy cigarettes or biri, which your parents don't know? Because you are taking this money from your parents, who is giving you as a pocket money. And the parents who say that, "No, I cannot afford my son, or I cannot afford my daughter because of financial reasons." But that father or mother will have money for all these things, like tobacco and all these things, which I can see everywhere. Everybody is chewing all these tobaccos, any kinds of addictions we have it here. If you calculate it, per day, if you spend 10 rupees, how much you will spend in a month? Have you ever thought about it? You never. I am sure you never. So if you have the will, you can do it. And you can save all this and you can put it to a good source. Because it is, again, number one, addiction. So addiction, if you have in these things, which can hamper your health. And health, when you are healthy, you don't know the value of it. But when you start having these problems, sickness, any kind of sickness, that's the time you started regretting all your bad habits. That's the reason why you need to think as a youth. Now, if you are having any kind of bad habits, please leave it and then try to save that money which you are using for your bad habits into a good purpose. Maybe you can use that to buy a pen, or maybe you can use that to buy a notebook or whatever, which will give you a better health and better education. Or maybe you can have a healthy juice instead of having that. So that's the reason why I'm here to tell you all that leave all these unnecessary habits of using money and put it to good purpose, wherein you can save money and help your parents also in molding your career and future. If your future, every parent wants their kids to be well settled, to be able to provide for themselves. This is every parent's dream, and I can really understand that. Because my father, he used to carry just 5 rupees in his pocket, and he will go all the way from our home to Manjatama. We used to live in Mohinzua that time. My father used to have a school, and which he had run for a few years, and after that we stopped. So that time, that's how much the level of saving, or the level of willingness he went ahead to do that for us, because he wanted to save even 1 rupee so that he can use that for our pen, pencil, rubber, all these things. I don't think any, this generation, our parents, or even you guys will have that much intention. Because if you have that intention, there is nothing impossible. You can still do it, you can still put that into a good course. And then it will slowly mold your future. Yes, everything, you need to put everything priority as God. Of course, God has to be the purpose, the front person that you have to always look up, pray, and then work for it. If you just pray, you will not become what that successful person will be. You have to work for it. You have to do the hard work. You might have to do the dirty work also, because not all the jobs are fancy. Not like, see, how Dr.Linda said, doctor and nurses, the tagline is very nice, but the job profile that they have to do, can you even imagine that? So that's why before you go to any of these courses, you have to think whether it will fit your personality or not. Second thing, after that, are you passionate about it or not? If you're not passionate about it, then you will not be able to sustain. Maybe you will just give up in the middle. If you're doing a doctor course or engineer, which is about 4.5 to 5 years, and in the between you just leave up, or after doing that you didn't enjoy it, but you have to do it because you don't have any other option. So all these things, it takes a U-turn. That's the reason why you need to figure it out now itself, when you have the time, when you are just at your prime age. Like you just pass out 10, you just pass out 12. Everybody, you need to be 12 pass in order to get a job, at least even in the private sector. Now, when we will have more still in a developing country, so if you compare with Australia and New Zealand and all, there people are working, the kids, 13, 14 years, 12, 13 years, they are already working in McDonald's, they are already working in Starbucks, along with their studies, which means they are making themselves financially independent. They are not even living with their parents. This I have seen it myself, in my own eyes. When I visited Sydney, I met one cookie guy. One cookie guy. Imagine, only one out of the whole Northeast. I just saw one. And that two cookie guy was from where? He was from Manipur. He was not even from Assam. He was not even from Karyonglong or Dima Hasao or like nearby us. So that's why that we need to explore the world. These youths, you guys, you should not confine to this one place. You should go seek out other places and check out and also learn. See, education is not only about academic education. Education is anything which you didn't know and you learn today is an education. Which means you have to learn somebody's culture, you see it happening, and so you learn it. You don't have to really go to a particular school. Like for example, if you are keen to learn any foreign language like Spanish, German, or any like French, you can learn it in your own home. Nowadays it's so convenient. Everybody gets the necessary education even at their home. So there is no stoppage for learning. You can learn all these things while you still have all this time, which will really benefit you. Now, example, not everybody can become IS officer, UPSC or whatever state level exams. Nobody can crack that. I mean, people can crack, but you really need to spend at least 8 to 12 hours minimum to study. Now, how many of you has ever studied 12 hours in your entire life? From, like, you just see. Put a backward on in your studies career and see how many hours you actually put to studies. If you're willing to study for like 12 hours plus, then yes, go ahead and give all this gazetted or this kind of exams, UPSC, APSC, and even doctor and engineers, do that. Even banks, do that. But if you're lazy or you don't want to study, or you have some other financial or whatever reasons is stopping you, then please do not go for these courses. Because at the end, you will be frustrated. You will simply put yourself into a trouble. You will have depression, and depression will lead to suicide. That's the reason why you need to have a clear picture of what you want and what really suits your personality. What is your talent? Find out what is your talent. These European countries and these Americans, we think that only government job is a job, or this kind of other white collar job is a job. It's not. You can become professional in music, you can become professional in hospitality, you can become professional in any other department or any retail industry. You can have your own business, you can be the company of your own. So we have to think it that way. Just because your friend gets a job, government job, and you couldn't, you should not be anything thinking about yourself as to be little. You are not. So please make sure that you take this thing very seriously and think from now. I'm telling you, I've seen the progress of your passing percentage, which is like 153 is a huge number for Karbi Anglong. Okay? Many people think that Karbi Anglong people are all backward. They cannot even go out. They cannot even become anybody. They cannot even become anything. They will be cultivators their whole life. Generations after generations, they will be cultivators. So we have to change that. And who can change it is the youth of today, is the future of tomorrow. So you guys are the future of our community, of our district, and of our own country for tomorrow. There are many Indians, the mainland Indians who are from Kerala, Chennai, and all that, who are working in NASA, who are all these big scientists. Indian brain is very good. The foreigners, they come to India because they want the Indian people's brain. And we don't know that we have it. We have a very good brain, but we don't know how to use it. We are just spending time with mobile phone, we are just spending time with chit-chatting, useless stuff with our friends, and we don't want to discuss anything productive. So as a result, time goes, and when the time goes, you cannot get the time back. So that's why you have to run after the time. Do you know this Elon Musk? I'm sure everybody knows it. Few years ago, people just heard his name, but today, why he is so famous? Why he is taking all these big apps? Why he is being the owner of all this? Because it's his persistence. It's his hard work. He never sleeps. If you read his biography, you will know that how much hard work he has spent for that. It doesn't happen in one night. It's not a miracle. He has put his years of research and studies and all these things. That's why you may think that his line is different. Yes, he is not a government officer, or he is not a government job, but whichever job, whichever designation he has, whichever job profile he's holding, it is giving him everything. So regardless of whatever job you do, whatever business you do, whatever work you do, make sure you have to be able to provide for yourself. And not just provide for yourself, you should be able to provide your family also. Remember your family, your parents, they have put you to English schools. When I run this Rahi, every day I get students coming for interview. And all of them, they are telling me, ma'am, English mein nahi aata, Hindi mein bolun kya, Assamese mein bolun kya, like that. Which means, then I really appreciate our parents. I mean our Kuki, our tribal parents, not just Kuki, like tribal parents. We make sure that our children go to English school. They may be working in the field, they may be doing ginger cultivation, they may be doing any kind of other corns and stuff as cultivation, but they make sure that they send you to the English school, English medium. Now, if they have put so much of effort to send you to English medium school, then it is your job to make sure that you know how to speak, read, write fluently in English. Because if you cannot speak English, you cannot go outside. I mean, you cannot explore outside India. Unless you plan to stay in Karbi Anglong, live in Karbi Anglong, die in Karbi Anglong, then yes, you don't need any progress. But if you are a person who has come to this life, to this world, and you want to make your life better, then you need to. Because English is a very must thing for you to be able to sustain. Now, I really thank your parents because on your behalf, that they did all the hard work, they did all the hardship, and they put you to good schools. And even after putting you to good school, you cannot get good grades. I mean, good grades doesn't come to you. Shame on you guys. So those who are not making, after this 153 people, I mean the ones who couldn't make it, the ones who failed, please investigate yourself. And the ones who are in that 153 student list, but your mark is just less, who couldn't make it to the top 10 or top 5, again, shame on you. Because your parents, imagine they put you to good school, and then if you want a particular shoe, Nike, Adidas, or whatever shoes, or whatever clothes, you ask them, again they will give you. Mobile, you ask them, your mobile phones are like more than 10,000. Minimum 10,000 is the cost of your mobile phone. They themselves will not use a mobile phone, will not buy it, but they will give it to you thinking that my son or my daughter will give it to a good cause, a good purpose. And here what you are using it for, whole day you will browse social media, waste time there, and whole of your time is gone there. And when your exam is just knocking at your door, that's the time you will quickly open your book and study. And then your result, how will it be good? Right? And then you expect to become officer. It's really shameful, it's really ridiculous. So if after trying so much also, if you are a person, after giving 100% studies and 100% of your time and effort, your parents' contribution, and still you cannot make it to a doctor, engineer, or IS or IPS officer, then yes, you have to choose a professional line. And if you are going for a general line, make sure you are willing to spend 7-8 years. Because unless you become a doctorate, unless you are a PhD holder, you will not be able to get any job. And ultimately, like how our other resource person and the chief guest and all others say, there are so many who are like so overqualified, but they're just doing any kind of like ward boy job or any kind of low profile jobs. Why? Because they need something, they need money to sustain themselves. Isn't it? Because they have wasted so much of your time. Now competition is more and more. And there are so many expert people, coming up more and more. If you yourself don't know what you want and what is you're made of, then it's clueless for you. So please, today I urge you all to give up all your bad habits. Put your valuable time in something meaningful. If you are in groups, discuss something that is important. And also, those who want to become a successful person, those who want to get a good position in wherever in jobs, they don't mingle with the low class friends. You have to change your circle. Otherwise, what we do here is, if I want to go and study and I will disturb my friend, I will make sure that he is disturbed because I don't want him to get a good grades. So this is happening here. I have seen it also, and that's the reason why if you want to study, you need to change your circle. And then you need to focus on the goal. What is your goal? If your goal is 60%, please mingle with the people who are aiming for first division. If your goal is just no goal, then yes, you're just wasting your time. Don't waste your parents' money, don't waste your time, and just tell your parents, Mom, Dad, I cannot do it. Put me to any of these courses where I can get any this kind of professional courses where I can get a job. Seriously, please don't waste your parents' money. I've seen their hardship, their struggle is real. This you will know, but when you will know it, it will be already too late. That's the reason why, if some of you who doesn't know any career, like which career I will fit, I am just third pass mark achiever, I don't know which career to choose, then you can choose for professional careers. Here in this career also, in hospitality management, in aviation, or in retail industry, you can make a good money as well as you can get a good reputation. This is all about getting you're able to sustain yourself. Here you can make 6-digit, 7-digit salaries. You just figure out yourself how much is 6-digit and how much is 7-digit salaries. And you can even become a CEO of that company. Or you can have your own company. You can have your own anything. Maybe you will have, someday you'll be a CEO or COO of your own company. So these all things should start here. It should not be starting when you already reach that stage. because now only you have to mold yourself. Now you must be already 18 plus or maybe 17 running, most of you, most of the students, those who are 10, 12, right? So see, the US and these people, they are already working at the age of 12, 13. If you compare yourself to them and you, it is already too late. Here, our Indian parents, they still feed us with spoon. They will be, okay, open your mouth and eat. This is the kind of our Indian parents. But back in the West, in the European countries, they leave you 12, 13 years, you're already on your own. They already know how to drive a car also. Even though they may not be eligible to get a license, but they already know. Because they want to learn, they keep learning and they keep progressing it. They don't stop. And nothing stops. If you're a girl or if you're a boy, there's no restrictions. Whatever a boy is doing, a girl is doing, same thing. So that's why you should not keep any limitation for yourself. Make sure you know your skills, and that skill and talent will be the break earner for you. Will be your breadwinner. And when you realize that, it is now. So please focus on your career now, because you will study degree. Maybe after studying 3 years, you will start writing for the job. And that job, let's say you get in one shot. How many years? You spend 4 years. 4 years, let's do a little bit of simple maths calculation. You are 12 past now, you study degree, 3 years. That too if you don't have any failure in between. 3 years, every year you pass, 3 years, and after that, after graduation, you start writing for the exams. Now 4th year. Now in the 4th year only, you hardly manage to get a job. 4 years you wasted. 4 years you wasted your time, your parents' money, and your hard work. So if you are keen to get a job in order to make yourself life and your parents' life, your family's life better, you choose a career which will give you a job sooner, like 8 months, 6 months, 10 months, those kind of professional courses you do it, which will enable you to get a job. And the job will be the one which will be giving you that thing, the basic needs for you. As and when you grow, your salary, your benefits and other things, other perks will grow. That's why. I've seen whatever Amy's cookies that are made outside, they are all working in hotels. All 5-star hotels. Those hotels per night, some of them are even 3 lakhs per night. So that expensive. The hotel in Dubai, the 5-star hotel. What's the name? Burj Al Arab. Per night, for 1 night, is minimum 3 lakhs. Do you think you can afford it? Of course, at this stage, a big no. But is there a will? Is there a chance? Is there a possibility? Yes. If you work in the hotel or if you work in a place which your company can put you to this kind of 5-star hotels, obviously you don't have to spend your money and everything, all the bills will be taken care by your employer. See, in my career, I was an air hostess. So I resigned as a cabin service director of Qatar Airways. I have flown more than 150 to 200 countries worldwide. Now if I have to go on my own, if I have to do the booking myself, save the money for the hotels, and also for the traveling around, the sightseeing, the shoppings, how much I will spend? But I didn't spend anything. Instead, I am paid to travel. And there are boys also. Don't worry, it's not only for girls. There are men also working in airline. Okay? So that's why most of the men that I see are, the Northeast people are from Darjeeling, Sikkim, these people. Or Siliguri. Or Delhi, Mumbai and all that. Our Northeast men, we have, I don't know, that kind of a brain that we think that this job is only for girls. It is wrong. Because why these people are coming? Because they are smart. They think smart. They are getting 3 to 4 lakhs per month. Then who wouldn't want to do that? Here, you will be working inside the AC in the hotel or in the anywhere government office, starting maybe 25,000, 30,000, struggling so much, making ends meet. Rather than you're starting with 1.5 lakhs per month, which one you will choose it? Definitely the second one, I suppose. Because the more you have, the more you can share. If you have a little, you share a little, and it is not enough for the person that you give. Example, you have a lot more, you give a lot more. So the person that you give also, they are also putting into something good. If you can give 50K, or if you can give 5K, which will make a difference for the person that you're giving? The charity or the help. Definitely the person that you give 50K, he or she can put into something good. But if you're giving 5K, here you're already dying, because let's say your salary is 25,000 and you're giving 5K. You have only 20,000, and in 20,000 maybe you have to manage your family, you have to manage your own expenses and other stuff. So it's like you are almost dying here, and the person that you're giving to is not much of benefiting to him. That's why if you have more, you can help more. If you have less, you can have only less. This way, if you are trying to figure out how much you are wanting in life, how much you want to be successful, it all starts from here, right now. From here, you have to become a person who is focused. When I was in class 12, I wanted to become. So even in the freshers meet in Guwahati, me and my sister, my second sister, we were asked, a freshers meet we conducted here in the States. What do you want to become? They asked me. I said a business tycoon. And today here I am. Because I made my focus clear. Yes, I had a struggle. I had a lot of struggle. But I didn't give up. Of course, you have to pray, you have to give thanks to God, and then you have to move forward. You have to keep moving forward. You'll have many failures, you'll have many distractions coming your way. But if you are focused, you can even become Elon Musk. That Elon Musk that we know today was nobody yesterday. Nobody knew him. But today he owns share everywhere. He has a share. He is the owner of LinkedIn also, Twitter also. He's like buying all these big companies. He's owning all. Why? How can he do it? It's because he has so much money. So when you have a lot, you don't even know how to count it. You just spend. And everybody, you can just give out, still you're getting a lot more. Because you have so many resources already. One business you have, you can set up another, third, fourth, fifth. This is how the businessman in Karbi Anglong, the businessman in our Dima Hasao or Assam, these people are doing it. And we, the tribals, are the ones who are suffering. Our standard of living is the same, or a little bit better. We only focus in becoming government teacher, government job, government this. Oh, I cannot become this. And now, to become a government job holder also, you need to give money again. Am I right or wrong? Right? You may be getting, there are very few who have got the job without any reference, without any kind of bribe involved. And that too, in order to give a bribe, you need a background as well. What if that person that you give is not the right person? So your money is gone. Let's say in Manipur, to become SI, to get an SI job, they give around 25 to 30 lakhs. So you already passed the exam and still you need to give 25 to 30 lakhs to get the job. So do you have the 25 to 30 lakhs? No. That's the reason why the people, the students who are qualified for the exam also, they couldn't do the job and ultimately they become cultivator or they become abusive to all these things, drugs and all. That's the reason why think wisely. If you have problems, you can discuss. Please don't go ahead and do anything thinking that everybody is doing, he is doing business, so I'll do business and I'll be successful. No. It has to be your forte. It has to be your personality. It has to be your talent. You must be good at it. If you're not good at it, you will not be able to do that business. What is meant for you, you will discover yourself. And the best person to know is you yourself. That's why, please make sure you decide from now only And don't waste your time, don't waste your parents' money, and don't waste your parents' time also. Be open, be clear, think what you want. If you have money, if your parents can support you, go ahead, study whatever it is. But if your parents are having a problem, then do for professional courses. Professional course will give you a job sooner, which will make you able to sustain yourself without wasting time. I hope my message is clear. Now see, I want all our Northeast people, especially Karbi Anglong and Assam, our tribal people to be outside. I told you in Sydney I have seen only one cookie guy. That too from Manipur. In Doha I have met few Northeast people, but they are all from Manipur. And they are Manipuri, not even Naga. Naga will be one or two. So there are so many scopes for you. Just don't confine yourself to one place. Think of going outside. My father, I really appreciate him. Whenever I say if I can go out, if I can work abroad, he will be like, go ahead, work. Explore the world. Whatever your mother and father cannot see, you go and see. He's that much. If I have to spend my money, then imagine how much I will be spending it. And I've met few Qatar-based air hostess, again, all from Manipur, and one or two from Nagaland. Not even one single from Karbi Anglong, not even one single cookie aside from me. Not even working as a ground staff. Forget cabin crew, not even as a ground staff. So please, and I have not seen anybody working in a 5-star hotel also. There are so many good 5-star hotels like Marriott, Le Méridien, then Radisson. All these things are 5-star hotels. Not even one person I've seen. Amy, not even one cookie I've seen in Qatar and Dubai from Karbi Anglong. If I have seen, it's all from Manipur. Because they go out, they explore. They don't confine themselves to just doctor, engineer, or IAS. They don't confine themselves. Everybody cannot become that. That's why you have to explore. Find ways. They become business persons. Work in abroad for a few years, save money, come and do your own business. That's the thing. So with that, I would like to end. I hope the message is clear for you. Just focus yourself and don't do anything just because everybody is doing it. Don't go with the trend. Go with what you are made of or what you are made for. Go for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss.Kimsy Tuboi, for your speech. Glad to know that there's hope for people like us who sit 3 hours opening a book and still don't understand anything a little thing. Next, we will have a motivational speech by Dr. Linda, but as he isn't able to be among us today, so I would like to give this time to our Assam KSO President, Lala Thongyo Holai.
Tôi học du học tại Sài Gòn sống giàu hạnh phúc mình đi đến masa kan KSO Karbi Anglong setiang le resource person di komite di setiang le pastor yang mulai hanya tulis ukizan pastor kok hiben mulai parti ada orang student solo sih bon sam dalam komite dia setiang le tebang pat tak IP waktu itu sampai kan saya tidak siap umpun kipaku yang guna ke saya kipa semua mau yang tebang program di Gonghe tulis tu di tu malam tak tundegan tak ini ke hong tu ayo langsung sama hong ke hong aku dari batas tu kai hong le hong bai dia kata den semua mai dam ke aku min itu tebang program ho di KSO some level ahead. Itu mah burung sih lom tiang nanti dia mai tiang. Ahin lah KSO karbon here ni til gon ha ta ni. Some level aga gon ding hile. Expenditure ahin finance lang IP hile. Asun no tu tom le. Agon ni ha mo zeng asam here ni skill ni pon. Zai chun sa igam kai wa ti ni hanang ma eho area a. Kita khili da ai gon ho he. Ki baum chung nung ta sai ni. Kita ga gon theo hi tu sang sun kyo nalang yang sus tangan zong go moven KSO hon lao jam phat ka ma moven ka chi oven hita chu amon mona ki he tho a ta chu chi hin ki to ta salen tile chulaya KSO karbelo zong tabang program lo ita ho hin go ne KSO karbelo chunga KSO sam ka hin ki pa tu na sa tan thin ko ni zen tiếng lệ hôm nay ngay luôn ạ thì thiền lắm thì lệ gạ cầu nào ngày xã tại mục tiêu bạn chỉ việc cùng thấy là mời gì đến ra tiền nào theo kiểu có nặng đấy ta phát mắt ta họ sẽ tại là đúng là đâu mà ra tiền nào theo nào phát mắt nó mất gì bên dòng cái số sản phẩm thì phải thuộc và sẽ gì Tuna Felicitation student hồi yêu theo cái này phát tiền mà sẽ tại yêu ta bên kasi di bes yang kahahep pun katina su pu ya hangai pe sel hui pe ni la dengan ki lebin dong ki boi pe ni itu ha sei walang su apa lo rom dam tiong ka ge ni bang ka sei lo pe ti alen le ka hang na samo bangai si mungai ta council ida belo hen ke ho lang kon pu chan ham ke ho lang ka ti ting le dimao sau tu ka sei number ni ka nei ni hi wangen dei bangin ti council lo kun job ho he dei bangin ki mu thei si pun ki mu ji pun ki al bangin agam nei te bagi tiang la di masa ho hi zeng la yang chi ko win ta ka ti he chi okin je tum le kha hi i loi na sim man manata mo sim sim hang ai thei lo hi mai tai pu lai ka mai sim ta sim wa pu lai min la ho tok ho bo hi na hi tan ni tum ki ha bol mo mo tin sudah no ka ti ko no chi ale min kon taka hat sorry kon taka anga ni kana si mala kon taka som double ai sim bodu wi atu ti lo wa hi le I khamu hi aki khewal le ngai tan 80 o ipu pat lo ma 80 kham to aki khimo mo tan tu lai kham hi tu sim ta sim deng lo wa hi le ilum ne ti wa sei pon in kha bol ti wa sei I kha bol ma hi tu tiang le ka sei non khat hi a le nam ki ti thu hi ke o lam nong kon mun ni mun thum ka sei tan nam ki ti hi ngai lu nu ngai ji student adia hong hong ta do hin officer liền ta tắm ta gì biến lệ phát sang ta tại đây hay là man thấy không hay tiếng là nắm tiếng đi à KSO tiếng là hay man thấy gì ta luôn KSO cái đấy thì hệ thì mà cho income source bị hết mi có mà có cái đồ lệ à ta cho cái chim hái khám mà hin thế chứ officer cái này ngồi với cái thuốc kilo và hay lệ cái chặt kilo tập bằng cái gì còn cái hin cho hay phát gì cô với le fa in sa officer le ta tu ho ta ha ji ta po je tu nam hi nai lu ka te je aje tu wa sei sa be da nan tu lu lu lam ji ve na hi le mo si te ho hi Esther le nu te ho hi bin Joshua te ho hi na mo jo nam ding ana ko hi ba pati rin asola anam di basrel nam ding ana ta pan la ni hi ji su mi lo hi nam ngai lo ke pati ngai lo ki yong hi ka se do lo min năm ngày lâu chung bát thiền ngay những cái tạ sản phẩm gì năm bộ bát thiền thu hút gì khó mà hình chỉ gì ấy năm ngày lâu tiêu lẽ không ha xem ai xem tiêu bát thiền phải xem phóng tiêu chút tiền là bố thì lo tiền tiêu hít thì hết nó chung vào cái tạ xây đó thì gì chúng ta là KSO problem của bạn xây nó phát triển lẽ tu cũng hi cái này các sự kiện phát triển tu ko vai ko kai ni kin vai ko kai la kon pa na ko chung idam kai ni wang se ta khawang pat kon tam corona hu ki pat na na ti ma thil tang boi hom le dei bang zong ke to thei kon ka da mong hung jung ta ki ti zin ding ta zong ai wang na pi ham thu a bang le mun sim ko i tham hi le ki he to na om thei kon a hi ta pha ra mu se le vai puta kishan pa vai puta kishan pa hong kitan tu kum hi vai puta kishan ting pa hong kitan ki chi yong chi pa dong ting tu le carbon ngapon na he nasata nang bu no wa vai puta ide to kishan do tiu ke bang ka dei ta to ba hi le KSO carbon ngong he lo sanga ko hin asam KSO hi poleo hun tiong kanom ji chu na ha lo min king ta sin ki chapang pa cha helovin nang ho hi ka vet yemun hi ni ke walang sa hun thil bolong ma thiam vin na ha zo vin din ke ma numal ngai dan ka se hin KSO asam hi carbon lo hun puzo le tiong kanung yan hin ai ki thi tale ke vai puta ken no ha ho hun ting le representative na hun tai tai du ta tu na sa ta lam ka hi position ta wa pa ham eo ka communication gap na sa ta ang pang isim tu ki diwa so ka ka gel kuma lam ka hi ken din pada ti ni hi ve se ti ta mong le pha dong sau tan te la tu na tu ko du ta san tan ye chung kai ma pha pan ji chan chui je kan lam KSO Garbiano hi so hen lam dam so hen pa ki pai
Thank you, Assam KSO President. Moving on to the next, I would like to call Hoini Kim Johnson to present us a special number.
Hello. Okay, wa chang din lay pui dam ti lai sa. thử pha xin dầu lâu ấy bol bê dinh ho hi o Giêsu ta bol pha lên pha na mi cha đâm na thu pha hi dạy la nỗi dinh ta nghe. Con nuôi theo số cứ gần ta chung sống lên họ thêm thực tế với cơn cây kỳ ra lâu thêm nung cho lâu thêm để ta Christ ta lấy lung xin long lâu chu này hối nè ca đình thử pha xin dầu lâu ấy bol bê xin hối hi ô Giêsu ta bol pha lên pha na mi cha đâm na thu pha hi dạy la nỗi dinh ta nghe. Dạy la nỗi dinh ta nghe. Ito pa yung
Thank you, Miss Kim, for the beautiful performance. To KSO President, who vote of thanks for the government.
lần thứ lang ngayon akan cycle to kalang ta om din itu ngai dam thong tu tum som ni dunia program ni lo thanta iban ke na jale pathen jal ahin chungen dunia chide de ngai jal pe tu ku samu tam san le ADC ku om hin kala student ho ro se to mule pa ban house ho principal ho school lo se a meung jal pe te program lo ten ta ka man ke là bốn sự kiện bảo thu kênh KSO cái việc làm thành nên cũng sẽ tức là ba nghìn nếu có cả highlight trong này cũng như program kinh phúc cái cái mình thì để sẽ là cái sẽ là hình hệ thống samu to aplang là ADC hình ADC kinh hoa hình cái là về kinh hình ban hình hệ thống hình ban hình hệ thống selal Apan mitam tapi tu KSO President KSO Assam President amaho Secretary pun itu tu PZR tu pun ini jawab pun man do jadi amaho tu yang KSO kerja yang kita nanti patu pun sekian ini tu lepas cum cara lagi kan student ho kirkona ni apa kerja ni lomen dunia pasal seju nabon cawen a big congratulations from me and tu apa mabana dong nakinga lo de sanga hoi na bol diuhin sanga marks ho target diuhin je chu tula hi eta bang na segan tan avela ka se ta lo diuhin pagi aludin competition khangai kan first ahi lo le appeal di tapon first rong hi distinction lang mo tula sem ta bin je le kha sem na phat chai bol lo le Zomuna long hatan iman ang se imalam daw sa hatan ni jahin hangdong ho hin mobile ho hi ha ko dalpin lekhasin nang focus ka din ikejer hi second year ko na semutin tu ako na ipige long tumitin thankfully aban chu kaya tu chi long pe hin mobile phone le hilang dang game so a hi long po tebe se po tin a chu join like su se hin. And I would like to thank our brother Gorkha President and Secretary. They have come to this program and they have graced our program with successfully. So I give you thanks, and they are sitting from the beginning till the end. So I give them a great thanks from our side. So no banin, lidang dong le tanga program hai bagi man kena dingwa dong. Bon sa wen time dong kuni dong ka se dong pen so le ko mo na lo wen unit dong se hi apartment ko ma chai phun po len apartment ta po ni te ai wang tua kon tali chan phatal a ki te wang I kam khat program go le dong set ten chief guest for masang in tungo tin le khat chu khat chan nong go te chu nge na le ken na sang kan na bon chan ne ne ki pai se ke che wa om le ngai dang.
So I would like to request for the closing prayer, Pastor Sezakai. Pastor Sezakai, please come on the stage and pray for this program.
Pathin sana de kiren pathin hinga ke man san hong nei gate. Okay, let's pray. Kapuwa Brahm pathin sang ka kop pathin hangdui te pathin hangtha te tu ni chan dia na cha te ho e piwa e pui jingwa tu ni program te ho jong pakai mulo ane ki go hi jing jong le pakai tu na ne he ka program ho zo se ka mu ba abula kuna top change ka program ho chai dai nei koi ka zil pakai parliament ke lo ki ka thang ba zo ben he tu ni hin pakai gam sungwa pakai hangtha te ke so en pakai itabang to kun hi nei nau chunga adin GPS na alu tu ne resource person hen la tu nang ki go ho VIP ho zo se la su de ho pa chang ho zo si jong le pakai thi na mi sin ha sin na gam su e lu khum lo wa alu le pakai ka program su ma lung zin ha san lo wa nangin ka phan no nei pui sing wa ka program ho ka chai thei nang ma za le ti ke jo be na min ke lo ki sang ten ka thang wa be he o hing sing ka pau tim pa te he pa na chai pi ho kong la wa nei pui sing bang we pakai dam sela ka program chale pui dong bang we tu he dong ki gen ki nung ka tin pakai kamun cheu ka in mun cheu ka ki de we ka to na mun cheu ka zu ki de we tan pakai e zong na pakai kong la wa nei pui sing bang we ka ki le lang phat ti long nang ma nei pui ki di nang ma ko ka bok sa zo be he a chai ne ke zin pakai me he ka hi din pakai chlai mun ak pakai ka ki hil na lo ke kil ko no ho ba ele mi mi na zala pakai ka to na sunga su kir sa kir bol kir nang ma de lo kir ka bol na lo nei ngai da mun lang so piu na na sunga ki su kir ngai tu kir ki to kir no zo se nei ngai dam zo mun lang pakai tu ne ka gam sunga ke so lam kai ke kam ka te ro si mang sana tu ne ka chip ke so en lang ka thim pu ho en lang pakai tu resource person ho zo si dong pakai ne nawan sa si nga ang long ni ko ki na zong tua sanga lo pila phazo amang chi ki ke ding ami chang cha pakai nang ni video lo kuna bo sen ichinga ju ka chon si lai tai hu hi ka pakai ji su mi tem pana na ko ma ka tau zo hi amen
trái tay gente Así, conmigo la Dustbin pulang ako. Wah. Oh, mga sila. Pak kami. Oh, mga sila. No. Alam kayo, kung kinukutan. Kicay tayo guys. Yung sigamtan.